Mike Pompeo is on a goodwill tour of the African continent, trying to convince nations that they have no better friend than the good old U.S. of A.
You should have confidence in American businesses, too, that we will be by your side. We've got a group of energy companies going to put more than $2 billion into a natural gas project. It's fantastic. That'll redound to the benefit of the American businesses for sure, but to the Angolan people for sure as well. During our meeting, I congratulated both the President and the Foreign Minister on the newly discovered energy reserves off the coast. American firms like Cosmos Energy, Halliburton, Baker Hughes are all helping to develop these resources so that they benefit the Senegalese people, not foreign actors.
Now, Mike Pompeo has been the U.S. Secretary of State for some time. However, his interest in Africa seems to be quite new. But perhaps that's because his trip to Africa isn't really about Africa. It's about competing with China.
It's tempting to accept easy money from places like China. But what good is it if it feeds corruption and undermines your rule of law?
But that ship has sailed. China is already very well embedded in Africa. It's the continent's largest trading partner, not to mention the fact that Beijing has been splashing cash onto development. Furthermore, Mike Pompeo's timing seems to be a little bit off. The travel ban has just been expanded to include several African countries. So you're not welcome in America, but be sure to give U.S. officials a hearty welcome. Not the most winning message.
The government of Eritrea expresses its dismay at this unfriendly act, which runs counter to the administration's pronounced policy of constructive engagement to redress past wrongs.
Also, do you remember a certain leader who referred to African countries with some rather profane words? Well, there's still no apology on that.
There are 54 countries that make up the continent of Africa. 54 places President Trump considers to be shithole countries.
It's reported to have described some immigrants coming from Africa and Haiti as coming from shithole countries.
A Democratic senator who sat next to Mr. Trump in the meetings insists that the president repeatedly used the word shithole to describe the countries.
Now, behind all the lights, cameras, handshakes, and photo ops, Mike Pompeo really wants Africans to believe that America is their best friend, especially if they're trying to get close to China.